Judge Go. Thereafter, Senator Judge Ontiveros. Senator Judge Pangilinan, you have 2 minutes. You may proceed when you're ready, sir.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Presiding Officer. Ginoong witness, nabanggit ng ilang testigo bago sa iyo, no, si Attorney Lotok, na in so many words, above his pay grade yung usapin ng interagency coordination. At sabi pa niya, maaaring ang direktor mismo, former director or current director, ang makapagsasabi niyan. Nung sinabi niyong merong security threat na national security threat, nakipag-ugnayan ba ang NBI sa iba pang mga ahensya ng pamahalaan para pag-usapan ito?
Meron po kaming tuloy-tuloy na ugnayan.
At sino-sino ang mga ahensya o alin dito sa mga ahensya ng pamahalaan ang nakipag-ugnayan kayo?
Actually po, sinasabi nga natin, meron po kasing security cluster kung saan po natatalakay yung mga kailangan po pag-usapan. So sa ngayon po, through the Office of the Executive Secretary, meron po akong makapakikipag-usap dun po sa military units din po natin. If you will not mind, I will not mention the exact military unit po.
So there have been interagency coordination to assess and to address itong kinokonsidera ninyong national security threat.
Totoo po yan. Yes po.
Okay. Doon sa usapin ng pag-iimbestiga ninyo naman, nasabi ninyong may narinig kayong mga banta, napanood ninyo. Meron ba kayong na-monitor na nagbanta naman ang ating Pangulo bilang pag-retaliate doon sa nasabing banta ni ni Vice President?
Ibig sabihin po, banta ng Pangulo sa Vice Presidente?
Yes. Meron ba kayong na-monitor?
Wala po.
Kung meron man, hypothetically, tama ba yun?
Well, kailangan pong imbestigahan din kung meron pong ganung banta.
In other words, would you consider in a hypothetical situation revenge as justified if there is a threat to the President, he decides, he likewise publicly threatens whoever, not necessarily the Vice President, whoever.
Palagi ko po hindi tama sapagkat hindi naman po ito isang justifying o exempting na circumstance pagka nangyari po yung pagbabanta. Lalong-lalo na po kung mataas na opisyal, hindi po pwedeng maging batayan ang kanyang paghihiganti para magbanta po.
So ang paghihiganti, self-defense ba yun?
Hindi po.
Hindi. In other words, hindi legal ang paghihiganti sa usapin ng kung ikaw ay tinakot o ikaw may banta laban sa'yo.
Hindi po.
Or kung ikaw ay, when is it allowed? When is self-defense a valid, how do you call it, assertion to allow for non-liability for a crime? Kailan?
Nakabalangkas po yan sa revised penal code. Kaya lang, hindi ko po kabisado. Pero kung meron po talagang yung talaga actual na ang isa pong malinaw, nangyayari na at kailangan mo iligtas ang buhay, karangalan at property po ng ibang tao at lalong-lalo ng mga kamag-anak mo or kaibigan, doon po pumapasok yung self-defense na valid. May mga po siya, elemento po.
So, just to wrap up, so, ang banta ng Pangulo, hypothetically, ay hindi tama.
Hindi po tama. Yan po ay magbabiolate kung hindi man po sa batas na umiiral na kodigo penal, doon po sa konstitusyon bilang isang Pangulo ka, meron ka pong katungkulan na igalang ang batas, igalang ang konstitusyon at maging parehas po sa ibang tao po.
Okay. Maraming salamat. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Senator Judge Pangilinan, for the information of Senator Judge Lapid. And those who might be interested, the name of the bell ringer is Anika. For easy reference, in case there are future reminders or complaints. Who is next? Senator Judge Go is recognized. You may proceed, sir, when you're ready, and you have 2 minutes, sir.
Salamat, Mr. Presiding Officer. I just want to put it on record, given that the incident with the sheriff in July 2011 was discussed in detail during the cross-examination of the defense earlier. Just find it proper that I shed light on the matter without any bias, given that these are matters of fact and based on personal knowledge. Since nabanggit po at ipinakita po kahapon, wag mo nang pumatak yung oras, hindi pa naman tanong yun. Kasama na, sir? Since nabanggit at ipinakita po kahapon ng insidente noong July 2011 involving the Vice President, then Mayor Sara Duterte, and a sheriff, I would like to examine the relevance and context of this incident in determining the pattern of behavior of the Vice President. May I ask the NBI Director, would you agree that determining the context of actions of individuals is important to have a fair and impartial investigations?
Yun po yung kasama doon, yung historical behavior to establish a pattern of violence.
Okay. Are you aware na may, alam nyo ba yung konteksto at dahilan kung bakit nagawa ni then Mayor Sara Duterte yun? And are you aware na may demolition noong panahong yon involving 217 families who were facing eviction?
Tama po, ang pagkakaalam ko po, si Sheriff Abe ay dala-dala ang isang legal and valid order of demolition at gusto niyang ipatupad po yung demolition bilang pagganap po sa kanyang tungkulin po.
A simple search online would provide further details. No? Nagalit po si then Mayor Sara noon dahil nakiusap siya sa sheriff na kung pwede bang i-postpone ng ilang oras at i-delay mo ng eviction ng 217 na families. At naalala ko noon na meron pong pulisiya si former Mayor Rodrigo Duterte na ayaw niya pong magpaalis ng mga informal settlers pag walang malapitan, walang malipatan po yung mga illegal settlers. Kawawa naman po itong mga to na minadali silang paalisin. Is it correct that Davao City was then, sabi ko nga kanina, no? It was correct that Davao City was then dealing with the aftermath of a flash flood. At that then Mayor Sara Duterte had come from attending to affected residents before proceed. Alam niyo ba ito?
Well, I was informed po kanina nung sinasabi yan.
Alam niyo bang 31 po yung namatay nung panahon yon?
Yun po, nalaman ko po kanina.
Actually, nandun po ako nung nangyari po yung insidente. At after 2 days, bumisita rin po yung si former Vice President Jojo Binay. Kasama niya yung anak niya na si Senator Nancy Binay. Mismo, witness po ako doon na talagang hirap ng sitwasyon. June 29 po yung nangyari na madaling araw, yung flash floods. At marami pong namatay, no? 28 to 31. At after a day, July 1, may schedule po yung sheriff na palisin yung mga informal settlers na wala pang malilipatan. Ang maalala ko lang po na nakiusap si then Mayor Sara na kung pwedeng ipagpaliban muna ng ilang oras o araw yung pag demolish po sa mga illegal or informal settlers na walang malilipatan. Actually, sa totoo lamang po, since we are here for the search for the truth and justice, I believe it is incumbent upon me to put on record my recollection of what happened. Yun po yung maalala ko. Sabi ko nga na may pulisiya po yung syudad noon na kung walang malilipatan yung mga informal settlers, ay wag munang paalisin. Kawawa po yung mga kababayan nating mahirap na wala pong malilipatan. Yun po ang konteksto ng nangyari. We are not justifying violence, but we are highlighting that context is important to have a fair assessment of the incident. Magkakaiba naman po yung nangyari nung 2011 sa mga pangyayaring iniimbestigahan nyo po dito. In fact, not just this incident, in our search for the truth, importante alamin natin ang dahilan at konteksto ng mga pangyayari upang maging patas objective at makatarungan